Hi, Ali's Inky Fingers part 2 of the padded baby bag, and as you can see I've finished doing the quilting. I've sewn my handle on, but I've just done it with a large stitch while I've stay stitched around the edge. So I've got my pocket pinned on. It does look a little bit skew with, but when the bag's finished it will look fine, and it will look better doing it this way than trying to make it straight, because it will just cut it all out of angle. Right, so I've just pinned that on, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew from this corner all the way around, and then I'm going to sew another row of stitches just inside, and that reinforces it, but it also gives it a decorative look as well. So I'm going to put my stitch on just a little bit bigger, on about a 3, because there's quite a few thicknesses to go through. So I'm going to stitch right on the edge, and we're going to back tack at the beginning, because this is the part that takes all the hammer from putting things in and out of the pockets. Right, I should have changed my needle because you can hear it clunking a little bit. I'm sewing right on the edge there to the corner, needle down, pivot it round, and then we're going to stitch all the way across. And as we're stitching across, we're going to catch in these edges here. Your machine will tell you when it's ready for a new needle. I'm just not listening to it. So stitch to this corner here, stop with your needle down and turn that around. Now if you wanted to, you could have 3 compartments in your pockets. It looks better because you've got 2 definite pictures, but if you wanted to, you could do it with 3 compartments. Back tack and stop, and go back to the beginning, and we're going to sew another row of stitches just inside those that we've got there. Just take the pins out as I go. Back tack at the beginning, sew down to the corner, stop with your needle down and sew all the way across the bottom. Stop with your needle down again and sew up to the top. Back tack again. Now we're going to sew the separating compartment. So I'm just going to place that in the centre, and we're going to back tack at the beginning, so up to the top. And I'm just measuring it in between these 2 panels here. And then back tack and stop. Cut off those loose threads, and that's your pocket on. So you can do that on both sides. Just for the sake of filming, this one hasn't got a pocket on, but it has got my handles on, so I'm just going to sew across the top of these to hold those in place. And then we're going to go on to do the zip. Right, so the zip, you will cut it out in 1 piece, and then you will cut that piece in half. So you'll end up with 2 strips like this. I've just sewn down the centre to hold the wadding in place. Now's the time to change to your zipper foot. And a zipper foot does make it a lot easier. It allows you to get right in next to the zip to make it nice and neat. Just moving my needle across. Right, so we've got the zips here, and what you need to do is fold this piece in half and either mark or cut a little notch at the centre. I've not got my pen with me, so I'm just going to cut a little slip there so that I know that that is the middle of my panel. Now you need to place one zip on there with the top of the zipper on that edge, and you have the zips facing the right side of the fabric. I'm just going to pop a pin in there to hold that while I put the other one on. Get my other zip, and this one is going to go next to it, so you can see those zips are going to be touching in the middle there. I'm going to pin this here to hold this part. Now we need to make those middles neat, so the bottom one is going to be the one that is underneath, so we need to fold that back, and because this one on top is going to be sewn down, when you turn it to the right way you won't see that seam. So that's what we need to do. We need to fold the bottom one under and place the one on top, and then hold those in place, and then we can pin these all the way to the edge and stitch along there. I think I need some new pins. It's not going to go in. I'll just hold it with my finger. Right, so we're going to stitch with the right side of the zip to the right side of the fabric. Stitch all the way up, keeping those edges together. Don't know why people are so scared of zips. They are really easy to do once you know the principle of where they fit. Just hold those ends there. Take your pin out, don't sew over your pins. Because you've got the zipper foot on, you can get right in close to there without unzipping your pullers. Just move that out of the way so it doesn't get caught in. You can back tack over that to keep it nice and strong. So that's where all the stress is going to be when you're pulling on it. And then sew right down to the other side. Right, so when I lift up that piece there, you can see that's nice and neat in the middle. So now what you need to do is take the lining and place that straight on top. So you've got a little sandwich. You've got your main, well, you've got your wadding, your main fabric, your zip, and then the lining, and we're going to sew on exactly the same row of stitches that we did before, all the way down. Keep the edges level. And sew down. Right down to the other end. Now we're going to open that up, and we're going to put those edges together, and we're going to top stitch. This is going to hold it all in position and make sure the fabric doesn't get caught in the zip when you're using it. So just top stitch all the way down, pulling the zip away so that these edges are level here, and you've got a nice top stitch on there. I'm trying not to get my hands in the way so you can see. All the way down to the other end, past those zips in the middle. need to do the other side. So for this side, it works exactly the same. You've got your fabric, you've got your right side of your zip, which has got to go against that fabric. So place that on there and turn it over. So I've done it that way so that you can see the sequence it goes. When you pull that top bit back, you can see the zip in the middle, right sides. So it's right side down on top of the zip tape. In fact, it's probably easier to sew it from this side so you can see how I'm going. So line those up. You might find it easier to pin as well. So sew until you become quite close to the middle. And then stop. So this bottom one is the one that needs to be folded back. So just fold that edge over and then bring the top one on top and hold that in position until you get a bit closer to it. When you get a bit closer, pull that to the side and we're going to sew over that and back stitch a little bit. As I said, that's where all the stress is on the zip parts when you pull it. So sew over that. Just needs a little pull. There we go, and then back tack a little bit. And then back over. Right, now you can continue straight down. Put the other lining on top of that and sew over the same set of stitches that you've just sewn. So you've got quite a few layers then when you get to the middle because you've got your zips as well to go over, so just take that steady, going around those. You don't want to get it caught on those metal bits because it will snap your needle. Then you'll have to change it. All the way down to the bottom. When you pull that open, you can see you've got your zips in the middle. We need to top stitch this side now, so pull those edges together there, make it nice and neat in the middle, and top stitch down there as well. Make sure you pull your fabric away from the zip. Take it steady over all those thicknesses there. And then sew down to the bottom. So that's the middle panel of your bag done. Now what we need to do is add the base of the side. That's these pieces, and what I've done is I've added wadding to the back and just sewn one layer down the middle. And what you're going to do is you're going to sew one over here, and you're going to start 1 centimetre in and finish 1 centimetre in. You can mark that with a pen if you like, so long as you remember to leave it. Should change my foot, but I'll change it in a second. So back tack, just watch out for that little bit of metal on your zip. Make sure you miss that. and go slowly over the zip teeth and then stop a centimetre in. You'll see why when you come to sewing the bag together. Turn it over and get the lining, which is the same size but obviously it's in the lemon. Put that over the top and then start stitching a centimetre in, and again finish a centimetre in. Slowly over those zips and back tack. Do the same on the other side, and then we're going to leave it for this video, and I will show you the assembling and putting the lining together on the next video. So exactly the same with this side, sewing across, leaving it a centimetre, make sure I don't hit those. Yeah, I'm alright. Stop a centimetre from the end. Turn it over and put the lining on. I've lost my lining, just a second. And so over this side, centimetre from the end. So this piece will reach all the way around the middle of your bag. So that's it until part 3.